All right, beach lovers, get ready for a little surprise because today we're ditching the usual hot spots and diving into a hidden gem.
Ooh, sounds intriguing.
We're talking about Estonia's best beaches.
Estonia. Beaches.
I know, right? Not exactly the first place that springs to mind for a beach vacation, but trust me on this one. This Baltic nation has some serious coastal secrets.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. Where are we getting this insider info?
We've got the lowdown from Brat Guides. You know them, the travel experts who know how to unearth the most unexpected destinations.
Oh yeah, I've seen their stuff. They really do have a knack for those hidden gems.
And get this, Estonia's longest beach stretches for over 7 kilometers.
Wow, seriously?
That's longer than some Caribbean islands, and you can forget about battling crowds for a spot on the sand.
All right, I'm listening.
Plus, it can actually get hotter in Estonia during the summer than in some of those more popular European beach destinations.
Really? That's pretty surprising. It's funny how we can have these preconceived notions about places, isn't it?
Absolutely. So, ready to ditch those stereotypes and discover why Estonia should be on your beach bucket list?
I'm all in. Let's do it.
Okay, first things first. We gotta debunk the biggest myth about Estonia, that it's all about tech and has no beaches.
Huh? Yeah, Silicon Valleys and startups don't exactly scream beach paradise.
Right. But this article from Brat paints a very different picture.
Mhm.
Apparently, Estonia has a surprisingly diverse coastline with beaches to suit every taste. Let's start with a beach that's perfect for those who want to experience the best of both worlds: city life and seaside relaxation.
You must be talking about Pirita Beach in Tallinn.
Bingo. It's just a stone's throw from the city center, but feels like a world away.
Oh, I love those city skills.
Oh,
So you're telling me I could spend the day wandering through Tallinn's medieval streets, soaking up the history and architecture, maybe grabbing a bite at one of those cool cafes,
exactly.
and then just hop on a tram, and in a few minutes, I'm stepping onto this beautiful sandy beach.
That's the beauty of it. Estonia blends urban exploration with natural beauty seamlessly. And yeah, Pirita is one of those beaches with everything you could need: restaurants, activities, the whole shebang.
So if I'm feeling active, there are volleyball courts, playgrounds for the kids, maybe some water sports.
You got it.
Okay, but what makes Pirita stand out? Is there anything truly unique about it?
Well, for starters, right next to the beach, you'll find the ruins of the Pirita convent, which dates back to the 15th century.
Wow, so I can relax on the sand with these ancient ruins as a backdrop.
Picture it. It's a pretty incredible sight.
Yeah.
And those are the ruins that host those famous summer concerts, right?
Yes, it's a magical experience. Imagine listening to live music under the stars with the silhouette of the ruins against the night sky.
Talk about an unforgettable evening. Okay, you've officially sold me on Pirita, but we gotta move on to the beach that truly blew my mind. Narva-Joensuu. Remember that one? 7.5 kilometers long.
It's hard to forget a beach that massive. You can literally walk for hours along this pristine stretch of sand with the gentle waves of the Gulf of Finland lapping at your feet.
Now, Brat Guides mentioned that this beach is a haven for fitness enthusiasts. What makes it so special for runners and outdoor lovers?
Well, first of all, just imagine the sheer joy of running on a beach that seems to stretch forever. But what's really unique about Narva-Joensuu is its location. It's right on the border of Russia, so you can actually see the Russian coastline from the beach.
Whoa, that's wild. So you could be jogging along, enjoying the sea breeze, and bam, you're practically in another country.
And they even have a marathon that runs along the beach, the Narva-Joensuu Marathon, where runners from both Estonia and Russia participate.
Okay, that officially goes on my bucket list. A marathon on a beach with views of another country. Sign me up. But let's not forget those of us who prefer a more leisurely pace. What else does Narva-Joensuu have to offer?
Well, it's also known for its beautiful pine forests that border the beach. You could easily spend a day wandering through these forests, breathing in the fresh air, and maybe even foraging for mushrooms or berries if you're in the know.
And after a day of exploring, I bet there are some great places to eat right.
Absolutely. Narva-Joensuu has a charming selection of local restaurants and cafes. They're known for their fresh seafood, particularly smoked fish, which is a local delicacy. You can also find hearty Estonian dishes like muljaputer, a porridge made with barley and potatoes.
All right, one last stop on our Estonian beach tour for now. Let's talk about Pikakari Beach, another gem tucked away in Tallinn.
Pikakari is a bit of a hidden gem, even for locals. It's smaller and more secluded than Pirita, perfect for those seeking peace and quiet.
Perfect for those of us who prefer a little tranquility. So what's the vibe like at Pikakari? What makes it special?
Well, for starters, the water gets deep quite quickly near the shore, making it a great spot for swimming. And it's a haven for bird watchers. Pikakari is located near several important birdwatching areas like Paljasar, Jarv, and Suraplijasar, where you can spot a variety of species in their natural habitat.
Okay, hold on, rewind a bit. Paljasar Jarv and Surplezar. Did I even pronounce this correctly?
Don't worry, those Estonian names can be a mouthful. Paljasar Jarv is a beautiful lake, and Suraplijasar is a nature reserve, both known for their diverse bird life. And they're both just a short walk or bike ride from Pikakari Beach.
So you could easily combine a relaxing beach day with some serious bird watching. That's a pretty cool combo. Speaking of combining things, Brat Guides mentioned something called Rana Kate Sepatare near Pikakari. What is that all about?
Ah, Renekate Sepatarai. It's a fascinating spot that combines history and nature. It's a former coastal defense battery from World War II, but now it's been reclaimed by nature.
Wait, so it's like exploring these abandoned military bunkers surrounded by wildflowers and sea views?
Exactly. Yeah, it's a unique blend of history and natural beauty. And since you're already in Tallinn, you can easily head back to the city's old town after a day at Pikakari.
Okay, that's 3 amazing beaches, each with its own unique character. But before we dive into more Estonian adventures, let's take a quick pause. We'll be right back with more surprising discoveries from Estonia's coastline. Welcome back, everyone. We're still soaking up the sun from those Estonian beaches. It's amazing how much this little country has to offer, beyond its reputation as a tech hub.
It really shows you that there's always more to a place than what you see on the surface.
Totally. And speaking of digging deeper, before we jump back into those Estonian adventures, there's one practical matter we should probably touch on. Staying safe online.
Especially in a country as digitally advanced as Estonia.
Exactly. I mean, you're practically in the digital nation, right? So gotta
Right.
stay safe online.
Right.
And a good VPN can help you do just that, especially if you're using public Wi-Fi, which, let's be honest, who isn't when they're traveling?
For sure. A VPN is like your digital bodyguard, keeping your data safe from prying eyes.
Exactly. So while you're busy posting those beach pics, your VPN is working in the background to protect your info summer.
Smart, right. Okay, but back to those beaches. What really stood out to you from what we talked about?
Honestly, the variety. You have the city vibes of Birita, right next to Tallinn. Then you have the vastness of Narva Joensuu, where you can practically run into another country.
Seriously, a marathon with a side of international relations.
And then there's the peaceful escape of Pikakari, trading crowds for birds and maybe even finding a hidden World War II bunker. It's incredible how many different experiences you can have in such a small country.
It really makes you think about that slow travel idea that Brat Guides is always talking about. Estonia seems like the perfect place to try that out.
It's all about slowing down and really experiencing a place, wouldn't you say?
Exactly. Instead of rushing from one site to the next, you can take your time, soak it all in, and let each place unfold at its own pace.
Like, imagine spending a few days exploring Tallinn, then taking a train to Narva Joensuu for some beach runs and walks in the pine forests.
Sounds amazing.
You could even head further north and check out some of those secluded coves and fishing villages that Brat Guides mentioned.
It's about immersing yourself in the local rhythm, connecting with the culture, and maybe even picking up a few Estonian phrases along the way.
I'm already learning. There at sea, getting the hang of it.
You're a natural.
And of course, we can't forget about the food. Brat Guides gave us some serious food envy with those descriptions of Estonian cuisine.
Oh man, where do we even start? The smoked fish is a must-try, and then there's kama, this ancient Estonian grain that's making a comeback. It's super creamy and nutty, often served with berries or yogurt.
My mouth is watering already. And what about that black rye bread? Is it as good as it sounds?
It's incredible, dense and flavorful, often topped with smoked meats, cheeses, or even pickled herring.
Okay, Estonian food is officially on the bucket list. But for now, let's shift gears a bit. What was your biggest aha moment from this deep dive so far? What surprised you the most about Estonia's beaches?
I think it's the realization that Estonia is so much more than what we often think. It's easy to get caught up in the stereotypes, the tech-savvy image, the cold northern landscape. But this deep dive has shown me a different side of Estonia, one that's warm, welcoming, and full of surprises.
I'm right there with you. It's like we've peeled back the layers and found this hidden gem. And I think that's what makes these deep dives so rewarding. They challenge our assumptions and open our eyes to new possibilities.
Exactly. And for our listeners, I think the takeaway is, don't let preconceived notions hold you back. Be open to the unexpected, and you might just find your next favorite destination in the most surprising place.
So, are you ready to venture a little further into the heart of Estonia?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Because in the next part of our deep dive, we're going beyond the beaches and exploring the cultural treasures that await inland. Stay tuned. We're back and still kind of daydreaming about those Estonian beaches.
I know, right? It's amazing how much this small country packs in beyond the whole tech image.
Seriously. And as we've talked about, these coastal escapes made me think about Estonia differently, beyond just the tech and all that.
Yeah, it's like we peeled back a layer and found something more down to earth, something real.
Right. It's got this heart that beats with nature and history and a slower pace of life, which is so refreshing.
It really makes you wonder, in this age of always being online, do places like Estonia's beaches give us something more than just a vacation?
I think so. It's almost like a chance to reset yourself.
How so?
Well, think about it. The sound of waves, the smell of pine trees, the feeling of sand, it's all very grounding.
And that change in perspective, that getting away from it all can be powerful, right?
Hmm.
It lets us connect with nature, with ourselves, even rediscover that sense of wonder we lose in everyday life.
It's like silencing all the digital noise and tuning into a different frequency.
A slower one.
Yeah, slower, more in tune with the natural rhythms.
And Estonia, with all its nature and its modern side, seems to have that balance figured out.
Totally. It's a place where you can be part of the digital world without losing sight of the simple stuff.
Exactly.
It's like, you're walking along Kurita Beach as the sun sets, the sky's on fire, the old convent ruins are silhouetted against it. You've explored Tallinn, maybe even gone to that Spark for some adventure. Now you're on the beach, the breeze is cool, you hear the waves, and you feel this peace, this connection.
That's it, isn't it? Finding those moments, those places that let us disconnect from all the digital stuff and get back to what truly matters.
So, to everyone listening, as you go about your day, try to hold on to a little bit of that Estonian beach feeling. Take a breath, appreciate the little things, look up from your phone, and really see the world around you.
And hey, maybe one day you'll find yourself on those shores experiencing it firsthand.
And until then, keep exploring and happy travels.